Hey guys, Rick here. Welcome back to Bleach Chapter 6. Hey, KENPACHI'S BANKAI. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help. I just could not wait till the end of the chapter just to say that. Just like, I cannot go through the entire chapter without saying that. I mean, sorry, I just couldn't, man. Honestly, I haven't seen, like, no one has waited till the end of the chapter so far, what I've seen. Whew, okay. So, the chapter starts off with KENPACHI'S stomach just, like, getting, like, split open. And KENPACHI just, like, then just, like, holding it and just kind of like, what's going on here? And it's kind of like, KENPACHI doesn't really feel pain. Like, he'll sit there and hold the wound, but he can just, like, get the shiz, like, hacked out of him, and he just won't feel anything. But then Draw just kind of goes on to explain, like, Miracle is his power, an ability which gives form to the very thoughts, feelings, and desires of the masses. Being unable to destroy my body, it grew gigantic through the fear of the masses, which no one was really afraid during that. And the sword, huffing, which was sheathed in the hope of the masses. If it were to break, then it would fall into despair. What? That doesn't make any sense. Just that, never mind, just, that makes no sense. And so KENPACHI just kind of like, comes to like the conclusion like, oh, well if I can't shatter your sword, I'll just have to kill you. And Gerard just kind of, just is like, oh, you just sound like a bad villain. And talking through your cliche, like, just like being cliche and whatever. And Toshiro's just kind of like sitting there, just kind of like, oh gosh, these guys are like the perfect match. Ugh, this is giving me a headache. And so we get the title page, bigger, faster, stronger. Kind of thought, because like, I saw that and I was like, isn't there a song called Bigger, Faster, Stronger? Then I looked it up and it turns out it's just like some movie. Yeah. So Gerard just kind of like stabs at him, and we get kind of like a Sonic moment out of him. He just kind of like starts like running up the sword, jumps off and just like swings at him. And for the next couple of pages, they just kind of start like just like hitting each other. But Toshiro does like show up like a new move, Genshu Surara, aka Flock of Icicles. And it doesn't, surprise, it doesn't really work. Then KENPACHI just comes up and just like bats him away again. And Toshiro just kind of gets him and starts like yelling at him, but Byakuya's just like, dude, just let them fight. We should not get in between them right now. But Toshiro's just kind of like, well, we can't abandon him. I mean, he's not going to be able to win this by himself. I mean, look, he's already taken off his eye patch. Which, I mean, I noticed that, but at the same time I kind of thought that the eye patch wouldn't do anything anymore because the whole point of fighting Unohana was to, like, remove all limits from himself so then he could fight full power from the start. But then he wears the eye patch. Which, I mean, the eye patch kind of just, like, lost all meaning after a while because he used it every time he fought someone. I mean, he fights Ichigo, takes his eye patch off, loses. He's fighting Noitora, can't beat him, takes his eye patch. He does win that fight, but has KENPACHI tried using Kendo with the Nozarad? He totally should. That would just, like, win the fight instantly. But yeah, I mean, it's not really, like, that big, like, oh no, because he takes it off every time he fights. That's just kind of what we're getting at. And Byakuya just kind of like looks over at Toshiro, and he notices that the ice flowers on Toshiro are just like melting, and he realizes that like it's only natural for us to be reaching exhaustion. So, and he just kind of says, so it appears every last one of us is short on time. I kind of think Byakuya might be dying. Because if you like all remember, he kind of just got like shredded into that wall, like he was just like hit into that wall with like thousands of razor blades, and like it kind of like pushed him through the wall. And according to Azon, he eviscerated his stomach. Probably means he eviscerated like some organs and whatever, but he did get healed, but at the same time, his body might just be failing, like his internal organs might like not be fully functional right now, so yeah, his body could be failing, he could be fighting on very limited time right now, which I mean he was like supposed to die, but the backlash of that was just so immense that he didn't kill him. So he could just be like, okay, I won't kill him there, but the season's about to end anyways. I mean, just like, let's just kill him here. I mean, he was supposed to die anyways. But yeah. But another thing, so Tosho's Ice Flowers did like show an appearance in like the last chapter. They don't always appear, but Kubo did show in the last chapter, and he didn't say anything about him because it didn't really look like they were dissolving. I kind of thought he'd master his Bankai to the point of where he didn't need him anymore. So he didn't say anything about it until now when they are dissolving, which, yeah, cool. He still, even after all that training he did with his Bankai, he still has the stupid flowers. It's weird that someone like Ichigo has his Bankai mastered better than Toshiro. I mean, granted, that wasn't like his full power Bankai, but I mean, Toshiro's had way more practice with it. Come on. So Toshiro comes up with the plan that, like, he thinks that if he puts, like, every last ounce of power he has, he can freeze Gerard down to, like, the very bone, and he just, like, needs Byakuya just to kind of, like, keep him distracted when they find an opening. And Byakuya just kind of doesn't really look like he thinks it'll work, but he says he can count on him. So, like, it shows, like, Kenpachi and Gerard, like, going at it again. And, like, Kenpachi's just getting, like, just cut up all over the place, and Gerard just, like, shows his sword. And it's just, like, chipped all down it, like, there are just a ton of cuts. So, I mean, if, like, he, like, cut in half, but, like, Kenpachi get cut in half, oh, that'd be awful. So he just kind of, like, hits into a building, goes at him again. But then, like, Zenbo and Zarka, like, shows up behind him, and he just kind of, like, backhands it. And he says he can, like, see through the plan. And he, like, goes, like, chop down on Tosho, but he does avoid it. And Gerald just kind of goes like, I am the greatest, fastest, mightiest of all the Quincy's. That's where the chapter title comes from. I am the warrior who's been bestowed with everything. And you shall never be able to pull one over him. That's when we hear a little voice. What you doing? What you doing, Kanchan? I mean, I'm not the only one who kind of called that this is, like, gonna happen, but like me, because like this isn't like even something that I thought was like true until like 40 chapters ago, and I was just kind of like sitting there like one day just kind of like thinking about like, could make sense. Granted, there are like a few things that need to get explained, like why Yashiro can be seen by everyone else and like interact with them. But yeah. So she kind of just like tells him just to get his butt up and to use him properly, because if he did, then no one would ever be able to beat him. And she like grabs his hand and like energy starts flowing into it. And Kenpachi's just like, what did you just do? This power. See, you really can be clueless sometimes. You know that, Kenshin. That power is what everyone's calling Bankai. That's the end of the chapter. Kenpachi's Bankai next chapter. Oh, okay. This is like an overall just like good chapter. I mean, it was mainly just like them like slashing at each other a lot, which I mean after the last fight, I mean, yeah, we just kind of need one of these. But like, I'm glad that like to see like Tosho and Byakuya kind of aren't just sitting on the sidelines watching, because they both know that no one can beat this guy by themselves. But now Kenpachi's going Bankai, so he could probably end the entire world right now. Now what I think Kenpachi's Bankai might be was going to be like very similar to Ichigo's, because like other than Getsuga Tensho, Ichigo's Zanpakuto has like no abilities that we know about, and like Kenpachi's, his Zanpakuto has 0 abilities, so it's probably just going to be something that like enhances his power a ton. Like Ichigo's, because like it gets compressed into that little sword, so it makes him way faster, and it does increase his strength a little bit. Well, it does increase his strength and his speed a ton. So this is probably just gonna be something that like makes him like 10 times stronger. So it's either gonna be like, what I was thinking, it was like a double-sided scythe blade. Like, imagine if like no Sarashi's blade was just like at the very top, just like twisted like a scythe blade, and there was just like another one on the other side. I think it's gonna be something like that, or it's gonna be some sort of like body transformation, kind of like Renji's, because like Renji kind of like melded with his sword. But I think it's going to be like a little bit more than that. Like, it's going to be like a full body transformation. It's either going to be that or that scythe blade idea. It's going to be one or the other. Yeah. Awesome chapter. Awesome. But there is a problem though with like all of this. It kind of just feels like who was like handing out bankais now, because granted, Kenpachi did get his bankai, his shikai like 90 chapters ago. Was it 90 chapters? It was something around 90 chapters ago, but at the same time, we barely seen what his shikai can do. I still think that his shikai has some type of ability that he's just not showing off, because what kind of awakening command does Drink no Zarashi? At least like say like Renji's, he says like roar, howl, or whatever. It's just like extends, like we know what it can do. But like Drink is a weird thing. Like it kind of makes it seem like it had like some type of like absorption ability or something. Who knows? Maybe he's just like Yumachika and just doesn't like call it like its full name or something, so it's like its ability doesn't work completely. Yeah, that's the end of the chapter. See you guys next time.